The fact that the Manhattan DA thinks that indicting President Trump is his top priority, I think, just tells you everything you need to know about the radical left in this country.
Like our editorial says, an indictment of a former president must be for serious offences with indisputable evidence.
Just feels like a politically charged prosecution here.
Based on what we know so far, an arrest of Donald Trump would mean resurrecting a 7-year-old case that even federal prosecutors refuse to bring to court. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's investigation surrounds the former president's failure to account properly for a $130,000 hush money payment to his alleged mistress, Stormy Daniels.
It is, in most instances under New York state law, a misdemeanor. It can only be a felony if the falsification, from what we've heard, this is about falsification of records. That can only be a felony if the records are falsified to conceal another felony.
A key prosecution witness would be Michael Cohen, Mr. Trump's former lawyer, who's an admitted felon.
Federal prosecutors working for Trump directed Michael Cohen to make hush money payments, and then they were falsely booked on the company records.
Mr. Trump might claim in his defense that the payments were made to shield the affair from his wife. He's publicly denied an affair with Ms. Daniels, and proving intent to break the law won't be easy.
Not only do we have evidence that Michael Cohen was reimbursed for that, we have Trump's signature on the checks, but that the reimbursement happened in phases. In order to prove the felony, you have to prove intent to conceal. And the fact that the reimbursement was structured may indicate the intent to conceal, that Trump sort of knew what he was doing was wrong and was trying to hide it.
The prosecution of a former president who's once again running for the White House is inherently fraught with political ramifications. Prosecutors use their discretion every day not to bring charges for any number of reasons. And a wise prosecutor must consider the potential harm to confidence in the rule of law in bringing a prosecution that at least half the country will deem political.
You know why they're doing this? Because they're afraid of Trump. That's why they're doing it.
Additionally, Mr. Bragg is acting here after being criticised for not bringing a case against Mr. Trump on charges related to the finances of the Trump Organization. 2 prosecutors quit his office after Mr. Bragg made that decision. One, Mark Pomerantz, going on to write a highly critical book that the media has celebrated. Is Mr. Bragg now wilting under that media and political pressure?
I think it's very important for the Manhattan DA to look into this thoroughly.
No one is above the law.
Yes, we know that nobody is above the law, but we also know that Democrats want Mr. Trump to run in 2024. They think he's the easiest candidate to beat, and they want to keep him in the political spotlight.
It's possible that this could go to trial, but it's going to have serious problems on appeal.
Mr. Trump has urged his supporters to protest, a move that's not just irresponsible, it goes against his self-interest. The smart play would be to follow the law while claiming his innocence.
I don't think people should protest this, no.
We don't know the political impact of indicting Mr. Trump, but it's possible it would help his candidacy. Republicans might rally to his defense, even after millions had concluded after the GOP's midterm disappointment that it's time for a new nominee.
Our enemies are desperate to stop us because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them.
As a provincial progressive from New York City, Mr. Bragg might not realize the political forces he's unleashing. Perhaps he should consult the satirical wisdom of the Babylon Bee headline. Manhattan DA announces plan to get Trump elected in 2024.